Hi, my name is Rodney Oth. I'm the publisher and founder of PRB Plus magazine, and today we are here with Courtney to talk about EP climbing and climbing that connects and her Park Fest session coming up October 28th to the 30th. Free for you to join and attend from wherever you are, from whatever. If you have a laptop, an iPad, a phone, you have no excuses but to attend.
That's right. You heard him. He said it.
Yeah, you said it right. And you can register online for free at PRB Plus, PRBPLUS.com. So, Courtney, tell us a little bit about what the session is all going to entail and why you think people should be jazzed and stoked to get after it.
Yeah. So my name's Courtney Gallagher. I'm with EP Climbing. We are based out of Bend, Oregon. However, we are a global company. We have offices in France, Spain, so on and so forth. We design, engineer, manufacture, and build climbing walls, both indoor and outdoor. My focus with EP is primarily in the outdoor market. So oftentimes that means working with parks and rec departments, grassroots organizations, communities to integrate climbing into green spaces. So yeah, I think the thing that I really want to cover and talk through with folks during our session is really why climbing sets itself apart from a lot of other opportunities in outdoor spaces. It's multi-generational. Certainly, I think really speaks to both the sport and the play aspect of climbing, which is, I think, really special and offers people an opportunity to, create community, move. It definitely addresses a lot of the emotional aspects of trying something new, getting good at something, working towards something. And yeah, and that's the fuzzy warm stuff, but we'll certainly review design considerations and opportunity for accessibility features. Oftentimes when we build outdoor boulders specifically, well, walls as well, we incorporate adaptive climbing equipment. And yeah.
Were you involved at all? And so my youngest two just went to college, so I'm
Yeah.
my fourth and fifth ones are out the door. So yay!
Yeah.
And sad too.
Yeah.
But did you guys just put in? I think you just put in the PSU at Boise State. Did you guys just put a? Yeah,
Yeah.
she's been there every day and loves it. Like
Yeah.
so, like that would be applicable to a rec center or a community center, right? Application,
Absolutely.
not necessarily outdoor. So, will you touch on the different design aspects and needs for maybe like a setting like that where it's maybe it's a pay for play model or whatever versus something that might be a park setting that's free and available to anybody who walks up and
Yeah.
differences and
Yeah.
contrast.
Absolutely. Thanks for reeling me back in.
That's okay.
Whenever
No,
I love these things because you are all so good at what you do. I can just go off, keep
that's
going,
okay.
and keep going.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll absolutely dive into sort of really comparing and talking through the differences and both, yeah, a pay to play and then something that's really just accessible and free to the community.
Is your experience like so we climbing is just it seems like it's booming.
Yeah.
Is it continuing to grow? Is it a growth area? Are you seeing more? I mean,
Yeah.
we saw what maybe 10 years ago, like in the university setting, right? Suddenly every rec center, if you didn't have a climbing
Yeah.
wall, a climbing gym, you didn't have you were behind the eight ball, right? Have we
Sure.
started to see that happen at all in parks and rec arenas and other spaces, or is it still kind of geographic where climbing's obviously popular in the Pacific Northwest. It's popular in the mountainous states.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's popular in the Southeast. I haven't been down there in a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
But like, is
Ye-
it geographic or is it global now?
It's for sure global. It's for sure reaching every, corner and pocket that you can imagine, which is really exciting. I mean, as an outdoor climber, it's it's really interesting for a lot of reasons. And then also being in the climbing industry, and of course having a a career in bringing climbing to folks, it's also equally as interesting because
Yeah.
I mean, to your point, once upon a time, you could expect, a climbing wall at a rec center, or I mean, a climbing gym for that matter, in sort of the predictable locations, right? Like, the metro area of Colorado, or yeah, the mountainous states, right? The West. Um, but now, I mean, gosh, I'm working on a project in Jackson, Michigan. I mean, and it's actually funny enough, the Midwest is really I'm working with a lot of people in that general area, and I think a lot of that has to do with, and I've heard Parks and Rec directors and just folks in that in that profession really, I think they word it more or less as if people are starting to just stay local. I think that there's a shift in really emphasizing on like what's available in your backyard, probably for a lot of reasons, economically, so on and so forth, right? I'm sure the list is extensive, but they're like, well, we're trying to bring the opportunities of the West to places where people don't have access to even outdoor crags, right? Areas to climb outside. So it's
You're allowed to say Craigs. We like that word.
yeah. I realize sometimes, yeah, I like that word too. But yeah, so I think that there is an emphasis on like just bringing a diverse, more of an opportunity to do like more diverse means of,
The
yeah,
what
moving
is
your body.
what is the so this is not a gotcha question. I don't mean it to be that way, but like
It
what
might be. That's okay too.
yeah, it's not intended that way. But what is like is there how expensive is it? My understanding, having seen it, we're bringing a climbing gym into our town here,
Yes,
which is awesome. But the people who are doing it are a little worried that the community is too small to
sure.
support it,
Yeah.
right? So they're going to walk before they run, and they're going to start small. And they're going to, but that's a possibility, right, for Park and Rec
Oh,
AP
sure.
to start small,
Oh,
something
yeah.
budget,
Yeah. Yeah. And that can
possibly
look,
charge for it.
yeah.
Right?
And that can look like anything between, 15, $20,000. And I mean, of course it goes up from
Yeah,
there, right?
yeah. Which is you
But
want to spend.
absolutely. But there really is a price point for every project, and both indoor and outdoor, for
Yeah.
sure. Which I think is exciting. You don't have to just go big or go home.
Right.
And,
And
and
what do outdoor projects look like? Are they more like bouldering and that
mo
kind of stuff?
most commonly we see bouldering. There are plenty of outdoor, roped areas that we are
Really?
designing and building. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
However, that really can that I think there's like a bigger discussion there that is had between myself and folks I'm in contact with, and that really comes down to, do you plan on staffing it? You don't have to staff it, but again, it kind of comes back to them, like, well, what's your idea of how this is going to be used? We did a project in Kent, Washington, which is not far out of the city. And I think it's 35 feet tall. I might be wrong. It might be a little less, but regardless, it's a roped area, and it's left unattended, unstaffed, 24/7.
Wow.
Yeah,
They just use an auto belay device of some sort, or
no, they do not supply any ropes or any auto belay devices. So really, if you cannot lead climb that tower,
you can't climb
then
it.
then you can't climb it. Or I mean, you can climb it. You could boulder the bottom, right?
Yeah.
But so it's pretty interesting. So that conversation gets a little not fuzzy. It just becomes really personal.
Right.
And really reflects back to the owner.
Do they just to talk about Kent for a second, do they
Yeah,
find that it's being used? I mean, they probably have a fairly big installed
yeah,
climbing community there already, right?
yeah, yeah.
So
They
people who want to just get a quick climb in can go there
sure.
as opposed to maybe
Yeah.
having 20 minutes outside of town to The
right,
lumber bag.
right, right. Also a great opportunity for, practicing rope skills, putting on camps, putting on clinics,
Right.
education sessions. So, the opportunities that, whether it's a boulder or or a roped area, they really are, they're extensive, there's a lot of opportunity there to do a lot of different things. So, and I think that again, that's one of the reasons why these areas are so exciting. Yeah,
I didn't realize that people were putting in outdoors ropes facilities. That's amazing.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
There's a quite a large one, and then so I guess on the other end of the spectrum, we built a project in Chicago at Maggie Daley Park. It's a huge roped area outdoors,
really?
and yeah, I mean, I want to say, I mean, it's as big as some commercial climbing gyms.
Wow.
Yeah, the exact square footage, I'm not remembering off the top of my head, and I'm not gonna pretend like I remember.
Yeah. Is it
But
stacked?
so that was my next point, is that it is staffed and it is closed, it has operating hours, but that's unique to Chicago. They have the
Must
ability
be
to do that.
seasonal too, right? They don't use it year round, do they?
Yeah, correct, correct.
Yeah.
So then there's, if I'm not mistaken, there's like an ice skating ribbon around it. So in the winter it shuts down, and then they're still utilizing the area for
Right.
for skating. Yeah, in the winter months. So yeah, both are, the one thing I will say about bouldering that is, I think most appealing, and truth be told, more often than not, when I am speaking to people, and hearing from folks, it's to talk about bouldering. And there's a lot of reasons, and I'll get into those reasons, no doubt about it, during my session. But I also think, I think the main reason is really just it's most accessible to most people.
Right.
Some people don't want to climb 40 feet off the ground, and rightfully so,
I mean,
right?
I love to climb, but I get to about 60 feet, and if I look
Yeah,
down, I got to go down. Like my
yeah, yeah,
daughters make fun of me all the time. I'm like, hey, that's just the way it is.
yeah, yeah,
So they're constantly
absolutely.
yelling at me, "Don't look down! Don't look down!"
Sure. I mean, hey, I'm an outdoor. I'm a, primarily a ropes climber. I'm not really much of a boulderer.
Yeah,
When I choose a discipline,
yeah.
I would consider myself more of a ropes climber. And I mean, there's days that being off the ground is just like not my cup of tea, and I've been doing it a really long time. So
I
there's
mean,
nothing
me
wrong
too.
with that. No shame.
I do a lot of mountaineering now at
Yeah.
this age, right? And
Yeah.
there's times when I get on top of something that I feel more comfortable. It's weird that I can put skis on and go down something that I probably would struggle to climb.
Sure. Sure.
I
Sure.
mentally struggle to climb, right? Like it's
Sure.
me.
But isn't it interesting, because it's like, well, you have found your way of being able to work through that and it be worth it.
Yeah,
And so, I think climbing for the same reason is an interest at a minimum. I think it's a really, can be a really pivotal moment for people of any age, whether it's a child, a teenager, an adult, you name it. To experience what it feels like to be out of their comfort zone, and to assess risk
yeah.
and, make decisions,
Well, I think there's a couple other big things that I've just noticed with my family, right? Like, so all
Yeah,
the things that you just mentioned, plus there's this camaraderie, finding other climbers because you can't really do it alone. It's like
right.
maybe boulder, you really shouldn't, but you possibly could. But
Sure.
anyways, it's not a solo sport, right? So you're forced to kind of get out and join a community or meet friends.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is the um, the exercise component of it. I have a daughter who hates to work out,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's physically fitter than most of us, and all she does for her workout is climb 3 to 5 days a week, right? She
Right.
climbs, right? And she
Yeah.
loves it because she doesn't feel like she's getting a workout.
Yeah.
She would never go to the gym, right? The
Yeah.
gym for her is like too boring, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Sure. Sure.
So that's a huge component of it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
I agree. It's also, I think a lot of the movement as humans into the year 2025, like a lot of the movement that we see day in and day out, even if we do go to the gym, is very linear.
yeah,
It's Yeah, it's very linear. It's very one dimensional. At least that's how it feels to me. I know there's many things that you can do to not have that experience. I try to
Right.
do those, but climbing is a really great way to really explore the way that you can use your body and use strength and body, all of those things. So
Yeah. I mean, it's
yeah,
strength, it's flexibility, it's
yeah.
mental awareness, it's
It's emotional. It's extremely
emotional.
emotional.
It's,
Yeah,
you're developing community, and then you're usually outdoors in beautiful places. So like it hits on so
yeah,
many different levels,
yeah,
things that we need now. So great.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. Agreed.
I appreciate your time, and I
Oh
appreciate
yeah.
you setting this up,